Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Welcome on in the all-new Bronco Nation News. My name is BJ Rains. I am the new proprietor, owner, creator, publisher, writer, whatever you want to call it here at BroncoNationNews.com. I want to give a shout out at first to the Facebook group Bronco Nation News, 62,000 strong of you. And I know in the past this page was more of a fan-run site, and I just want to say that hopefully you will welcome me into the group with open arms. And the site's going to be run a little bit differently, but I hope to still provide the great content that was on the Bronco Nation News Facebook page before. And so hope you will welcome me in as one of your 62,000. Hope folks that are not already following the Bronco Nation News Facebook page do. We're calling this a website. We're also calling it a social media company because we're approaching 100,000 followers on social media. We've already got the 62,000, as I said, on Facebook. We're over 8,000 on Instagram and approaching 10,000 on Twitter as well. So thank you to all of you. It's been a heck of a day. We're already over 100 subscriptions paid. I haven't checked lately, but this is really cool. I've been working on it for a long time. Hopefully, most of you know me. My name is BJ Rains. I was with the Idaho Press for 9 years, and I have to thank Matt Davison and Greg Lee and everyone over there, Teddy Feinberg, John Wustrow, the Idaho Press. I spent 9 great years there, and I'm very thankful for what I accomplished there and what they did to help me out. But excited about this new venture here. I think this is going to be really happy, really exciting for me, really happy, fulfilling for me to kind of have a new challenge, something to kind of light a fire under my ass and motivate me again. And so I couldn't be more excited for this. And I've got huge goals for BroncoNationNews.com and the Bronco Nation News social media channels. We've got, some cool features with these videos. So we can put, questions and comments and stuff on here. Robbie wanted to be first, but he is second. Sorry about that. But I want to, kind of just take a few minutes to explain the site and what it's going to be, and hope you will go on and subscribe. We're running a special till tip-off of the basketball game tonight. Only $52 will get you a full year subscription. All my columns, all my analysis. There's going to be some videos. There's message boards you can post on, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you haven't checked out the website, BroncoNationNews.com is the website, BroncoNationNews.com. It's live now, and again, running a special today, $52 for a full year subscription. There will be some content available for free, but there'll be premium articles and premium posts as well. And so I hope you'll take a chance today. $52 is all it is for a full year of coverage. And then you'll be all good to go. So as I said, if there's going to be stories, we're going to cover recruiting. We're going to cover football, basketball. I mentioned recruiting, message boards. We can go on there and post. We're going to post the press conference audio and interviews from games. You can see Leon Rice's press conference from yesterday already up on the site. So it's going to hopefully be the one spot that Boise State fans think of when they want to go check on the news. So that's kind of my goal. I've got schedules, stats, rosters, depth charts, you name it. I think that it's going to be, pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. And I think that this is something that is going to become like a community for Boise State fans, like an online community is kind of what I'm calling it. A spot where everybody can go and hang out and post in the message boards and, read the latest news on the Broncos and see, Leon Rice or, Andy Avalos' post-game press conferences and just stay up to date with what's going on. And then these live shows are going to be a huge part of it as well. As you see, we've got some great sponsors that I want to tell you about in a little bit. RowPaint.com is our title sponsor. I couldn't do it without Andy Rowe and RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. So thank you to Andy Rowe and all of our sponsors that you see there on the screen. We do have some comments rolling in. Super excited for a new source for Bronco News. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Mike, I've been seeing a lot of changes to the page. I should have put it together. Yeah, I was kind of on the Facebook page of Bronco Nation News working on that. And I have to thank Drew Vockel. Drew Vockel started the page back in 2011, built it up to what it is today. And it wouldn't have been possible for me to jump out on my own and leave the Idaho Press and start my own venture here if it wasn't for what Drew did to build it up. So it was right place, right time. And Drew was willing to sell the brand and the pages to me, and we agreed on a price, and it helped kind of jumpstart my business here. So I'm very appreciative to Drew and what he did. Dayton Robinson, appreciate that. Dayton can't beat $1 a week. That is right, $1 a week right now. If you go on there, it's $52 for the year if you pay up front. And again, BroncoNationNews.com. We've got some cool things we're going to be doing, though. You see this platform now that we have these live shows, and we're going to take advantage of the social media following that we have. So starting tonight with the Boise State basketball game, we will have a live pregame show and a live postgame show for every basketball and every football game the rest of the season. So live pregame show, live postgame show. The pregame show, I'll be courtside at Extra Mile Arena. I'm going to have the radio announcer for the SLU Billikens come join me, Bob Ramsey. I'm going to tell you who's, not suited up because they're injured, how they look in warm-ups, the latest to kind of get you ready for tip-off between for all the Boise State games, and that's starting tonight with Boise State and SLU. And I'll go live around. I have to be off the air by 6:45 according to Boise State, so I'll probably start about 6:15. We'll start about 6:15 tonight probably, and kind of just see how it goes for the first one. Lithia Florida Boise is another one of our great sponsors. They're the title sponsor of the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show and the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show. The postgame show is what I'm actually more excited about because typically at the newspaper, we would do our interviews with the players and coaches, and this is football and basketball, and then I'd have to rush off to start writing stories and stuff. And, but it's what I'd rather do is get on here and talk with you guys and have comments and questions and talk about the game. And so we're going to do that post game as soon as I'm done with post game interviews. So probably about 15 minutes after the game ends, on your way home or when you get home, fire up the social media channels, Facebook or Twitter for Bronco Nation News, or my personal Twitter page as well. And we're going to talk about the game, what we saw, what happened, who looked good, who looked bad. I really wish I would have had one after that Bakersfield game the other night when they had maybe one of the worst games in program history. I'm sure there would have been some bantiness on here. So looking forward to that. And then I've got some bigger goals. We're going to start the Matt Bauscher show. Matt Bauscher, former Boise State basketball player. He's going to come on Wednesday mornings and do a weekly show talking about Boise State basketball. I'm looking forward to that. Tyler Rasa, the former kicker at Boise State. We're going to do a Kicking It with Rasa show every Monday night on the channels where we'll talk Boise State football with Tyler Rasa. And then I've got some bigger goals even to make this like a daily thing. Come the next couple of weeks into January, I'd love to make this a daily every morning at say 9 a.m., almost like a radio show, where we'll get guests and things like that. First guest tomorrow, 3 o'clock, by the way, 3 o'clock tomorrow, Jeremiah Dickey, the athletic director at Boise State, will join me live here on the channel. So appreciate Jeremiah Dickey for coming on. And that's what this site is going to provide. Interviews with the key figures at Boise State. We're going to have analysis, and this is going to be the social media site and the website where you're going to hopefully soon turn to for the best Boise State coverage out there. And so excited. I think it's going to be awesome. And again, so many sponsors that I need to thank. The Blue and Orange Store, Crave Delivery, both stepped up big, and I appreciate them. Boise Dentistry Company, United Commercial Insurance, Ridley's Family Markets, TCS Transportation Compliance Service. I'll tell you more about these companies as we go along. It's day one. You see their logos there on the screen, but all these folks took a chance on me before I even had one subscriber, before I even launched a site. All these people stepped up and said, you know what, we're going to support you and help you and give you a chance. So I really hope all the sponsors here that you see on the screen, you will please take time to use their company, visit their company, and thank them for supporting me, because this wouldn't be possible without their support to get it started. So the subscriptions are rolling in. It's really cool to see. And again, we're already over 100, so I would love to get to 200 by tip-off if we can. So if you're on the fence, hopefully I just convinced you that you're going to get a lot for your money here. And there's already been some posts in the message board. That's been cool to see. So a lot of big plans, and I'm still going to travel. That's another big thing, and why I'm having to offer a subscription and sell advertising. Obviously to make a living and make this work, for my family. But I have to now pay my own travel, obviously. So I'm going to be heading to all Boise State football games still, and most of the basketball games. I'll be headed down to Northridge next week for the CSUN game, and so you'll get these pre and post game shows on location, on the road, at home. You're not going to have a spot that brings you closer to the Broncos than Bronco Nation News. And so really excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. David, appreciate you, man. Boise State going to get some buckets tonight. Well, they only had 13 in the last game, so that may not be hard to top. Hopefully they will get some buckets tonight. A big game against SLU. Can I be hired to help out in any way? I appreciate that. That's my old neighbor there. Selby, appreciate it, man. I'll see what we can do. I'll lower the price for you maybe or something. I appreciate your support, though, bud. Are we going to a bowl this year? Yes, Boise State is going to a bowl game. That has not been announced. That will be announced on Sunday. There's a lot of different candidates, and one of the stories I have up on the site actually right now takes a look at some of the possibilities. I think it should be the Potato Bowl. It's not going to be, but my whole story is why it should be. You've lost 3 games at home already this year. You let your seniors get a chance to win one more final home game. Riley Wimpy, Kekala Kaniho, Khalil Shakir, that blood, sweat, and tears on the blue turf for 4 years. Let them have one more home game in front of a decent crowd instead of playing in front of 50 people at some random bowl game. You've already lost 3 home games. You can kind of finish the year with a good note at home. And so I think it makes a lot of sense from an athletic department standpoint. You save a lot of money if you go play in the Potato Bowl and don't have to travel and pay for unused tickets and things like that. And it's also done before Christmas. I don't think you want a 7-5 season going over where players are going to have to miss Christmas to be practicing for a bowl game on the 28th. So I think it makes a lot of sense. It's not going to happen. They'll probably end up in the Frisco Bowl or one of the Dallas Bowls or maybe the Hawaii Bowl, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't sound like the Potato Bowl is going to happen. But I think it should, and I explain all that reasoning at BroncoNationNews.com in my story. There is some other Boise State news that we should get to while we're here, and that's kind of what we're going to do. If there's breaking news or things that happen, we're going to bring it to you live. Pop on the social media channels here unexpected, and that's one of the cool things we can do with technology. So I'm excited about that. The all Mountain West teams came out today. Boise State did have 3 players on the all Mountain West team. I think Khalil Shakir was an obvious one, John Ojukwu, the left tackle, and Jonah Dalmas, the kicker. So congratulations to those 3 guys. First team all Mountain West. It's pretty big accomplishment to have 3 guys on the first team, and not as many as they've had in years past, though, which kind of maybe shows in the 7-5 season. But 2 on offense and 1 on special teams for Boise State. They had 13 players recognized, though. You had Steph Cobbs, and I thought this was funny. Steph Cobbs was second team, and he only had 1 punt return all season. I mean, that's pretty impressive. You have 1 punt return for an 81-yard touchdown, and you're the second team all Mountain West punter. That's crazy how that works out. But Ben Dooley, Scott Matlock, J.L. Skinner, and Jake Stetz, all named to the second team Mountain West. Congratulations to them. Octavius Evans, Tyreek Jones, Kekala Kaniho, Zeke Noah, and Riley Wimpy, all honorable mention. I do think that voters went more on stats this year than previous years, because you can't tell me that a guy like Kekala Kaniho wasn't one of the best, 9 or 10 defensive backs in the league this year. So I think the stats may have hurt him a little bit. But again, 13 players recognized, 3 on the first team for Boise State. And we'll see moving forward. Again, Sunday, we'll find out the bowl game. Stetson saying, congrats, BJ. Appreciate that. Good pal Stubbs, good luck. Excited to see BNN back with you leading the way. And yeah, it was impressive what they had done. They built it up to 62,000 on the Facebook page, as I said, but it kind of gone dormant the last couple of years. And I think Boise State fans are kind of needing something like this, right? I mean, I think I hope the Idaho Press continues to do well. I hope the Idaho Statesman does well. I'm friends with Ron Counts and Rachel Roberts and want to see them do well. And as KTVB, Jay Tuss, Will Hall, I love all those guys too, and KTIK. I mean, I love everybody in this market, and I'm not trying to take anybody out, but I think that there's something that hasn't been covered yet when it comes to Boise State in terms of just this digital wave that we now have. And so I think that, I loved writing for the paper, and I loved walking out to my driveway and seeing my name in print. But I think that with the technology we have now and the ability, I just think this was an underutilized tool in this market in terms of podcasting, live shows. I think that Boise State fans, frankly, want something like this. I hope they want something like this, or I wouldn't be doing it. But I think this live show aspect, the digital aspect of just the website only focus, not having to worry about print and things like that, I'm hoping that's something that Boise State fans are going to see value in and enjoy. And I'm really excited about doing this. I think it's going to be awesome. And Jen Walters saying way overdue. Thank you. So there you go. I hope that's going to be the case. And I want to hear from you guys too. My email address is just rains@bronconationnews.com, rains@bronconationnews.com. And my last name is just RAINS. So what do you want to see on the site? If there's a suggestion you have or something you want to see or don't want to see, please reach out and let me know, because I am wanting to make this a site that obviously fans want to take advantage of and be happy with. And again, huge thank you to our sponsors, rowpaint.com, as you saw in the commercial there, power in people, pride in painting, and they are our title sponsor, and they were the first one to commit to that to me, and when they did is when I kind of decided to go for this with the site. So thank you to rowpaint.com. Thank you to all the other sponsors as well, the Blue and Orange Store, TCS Transportation Compliance Services, Lithia Florida Boise, our major sponsors, Bauscher Real Estate, Ridley's Family Markets, United Commercial Insurance, and the Boise Dentistry Company, which we'll be using shortly for my family. We're switching over to Boise Dentistry Company. So thank you to my sponsors. Please support them. I'm not going to try to, just do nothing but bang the sponsors' logos and things down your throat, but it is important that they paid a lot of money to do this. And, if it has to work for them to make them want to do it and work for me. So if you want to see this site continue to grow, I hope you'll buy a subscription. Again, $52 if you go to BroncoNationNews.com. You get a full year right now, and also support the sponsors. And please tell them that you saw the advertising or heard about it at BroncoNationNews.com. Couple more comments rolling in. Excited for the year-round Bronco content. Yes, it's going to be daily year-round content. I'm excited for that. Again, I'd love to build it up into like a social, network of shows like this where all day you just have different people doing live shows. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities with this. In-depth recruiting, I am working on that. That's going to be a little bit of a work in progress just because right now I'm by myself. I am in the process of hiring an intern, actually. Very talented, Colin Mitchell, who's a student actually at Arizona State Walters Cronkite School of Journalism, but lives in Boise. He is very talented, and he is going to help me with as a I don't want to call him an intern. I guess what's a better phrase? Associate reporter or a contributor. We'll think of a good name for it. But he's going to be joining me, and he's going to be primarily focusing on recruiting. So we can do some of these live shows with recruits and commits. That'll be fun. We'll have stories on them as well. So I do hope to go very in depth on recruiting. Right now, if you go to the recruiting link on the football page, it has a list of all the commits and where they're from and things like that. But we hope to, through these live shows and stuff, do interviews with the recruits so you can get to know them a little bit before they sign and get on campus. And but yes, recruiting is the lifeblood of a program. I know it's a big deal for Boise State fans for recruiting, so that is something that I plan to do a lot. So again, pregame show tonight, probably just before 6:30, maybe 6:15 or so. Stay on the social media channels. We'll be doing a live pregame show courtside at Extra Mile Arena. We'll do a postgame show after we're done talking to Leon Rice. We'll break down the game and what happened, and then I'll obviously write about it after that and have a full analysis and recap up at BroncoNationNews.com. That's one thing I do plan to do that I want to mention. I'm not going to do the straight 1,000-word game stories. If you're watching this video, if you're on BroncoNationNews.com or one of our social media channels, you already watched the game. You know what happened. So instead of just writing some long story like you would for a newspaper, I've got some other ideas in terms of a more analysis and focusing on key plays and things like that, kind of more along the lines of what The Athletic is doing than just a straight beat writer for a newspaper, which I no longer have to do. So very excited about this site. I think it's going to be awesome. It's been just incredible to see the reaction from folks already and the folks that have signed up. And I hope I convince those that were thinking about it to go ahead and sign up. Again, $52 for the whole year if you pay up front. That's $1 a week for full coverage of Boise State. And again, I'm doing this myself, so I have to fund my salary, have to fund all my startup costs, all the costs, and have to fund my travel to all the road games. So hope that folks will, take a chance and sign up and think that they're getting their value worth it to them. So appreciate all of you for checking this out. Again, special shout out to the Bronco Nation News Facebook page, all 62,000 of you. I hope you guys will welcome me in. I get it that it was more of a fan site before. You won't see me on there saying go Broncos. I mean, I have to be a little more neutral. But obviously when the team does well, interest does well, and then everybody does well. So certainly don't root for them to lose, and hope that the football team gets a good bowl game and can finish strong. And I did think it was kind of cool that the site is launching tonight on the day that they play St. Louis, which is my hometown. As many of you know, I'm from St. Louis. So to be able to play the hometown SLU Billikens tonight on the first day of my launch is pretty cool. And looking forward to what hopefully is a good game for the Broncos. So I hope folks will welcome me into the Bronco Nation News family. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and the comments keep rolling in. Love the live interactions with the fans. Much better experience for everyone. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. And yeah, after the game tonight, come on into the post-game show. We'll fire up the post-game show and discuss what happened in the game and take your questions, your comments right there from courtside at Extra Mile Arena. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, just thank you to all of you for the support today. It's been awesome. If you haven't signed up for a subscription, I hope you do. And I truly do thank all the advertisers as well. It's been a day I'll never forget already. And obviously it's only, 1 o'clock or whatever it is. So it's been great. So thank you to all of you. And I hope you're going to enjoy the content here moving forward with the site. I'm excited about it. I really do think it has a chance to be big, and I'm looking forward to it. And we will talk to you soon. Courtside, about 6:15 or so. We'll talk to you courtside from Extra Mile Arena as we get you set with the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. This is BJ Rains, the all-new BroncoNationNews.com.